Hey everyone, give me 1 second, y'all. My damn thing is so tangled. Okay, I gotta go and let everybody know on Discord that I'm live. Peekaboo, she might have posted that earlier. Give me 1 sec, y'all, okay? Let me tag everybody. And while you wait, I'm gonna start this little intro right now, right now. Oh my gosh, y'all. I mean, I didn't even get my chapstick on yet. Like I was like, let me get something on. But I'm listen, my Twitter's been blowing up, my email's been blowing up, my messages are like I'm just like, yo, everybody. So I saw this on Twitter and Pascal also retweeted this, right? Shout out to everybody that's coming in. Please, 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 if you can hit the like button, it does help me in the algorithm. And here, thank you so much for doing that. I was like, is this for real? So this is somebody on Twitter. I actually, before Pascal retweeted it, I saw this person. I don't know who Steve Lookner is, but he posted this and said that the experts on Sky News who say the rear cover of the submersible has been found says that the cover included the part that says OceanGate. OceanGate. So a lot of yoga Agenda Free TV is also talking about it too. Okay. All right. And let's see. I don't want to stream because I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Let me see where else. I'll probably see about, hold up. You already know FL, what is it? FLKL ABC News, whatever. No, he's not even live right now. 1 second, y'all. Debris found. Debris found. OceanGate. Because he's not live yet. But I haven't heard, like, we knew that there was debris found. It was the fact that we didn't hear anybody say, is he coming back? Because I was like, where's he at? Because, you know, I know we can stream his stuff and he's not going to be striking us. Okay, I hear it now. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I hear it. I hear it. Where are you at? Here it is. You know we have a press conference here starting pretty soon, right? Y'all know that. Thank you so much for that. Is he? See, I thought it was two different people. Thank you so much, Menace, for that. Okay. JB's back. All right. Hold up. See, all right. I'm gonna check the Discord.
WFLA Now will begin momentarily.
Shout out to Ikamel. He's live too. You guys make sure you check him out too. Thank you. Oh, we're already playing WFLA. Thank you.
Breaking news on WFLA Now.
Here we go.
Here is JB Buno.
The U.S. Coast Guard calling a press conference for 3 o'clock Eastern Time after the discovery by the Horizon Arctic's ROV of a debris field
Gotcha.
during their search for the Titan sub, and that discovery made near the wreckage of the RMS Titanic. Hello again to you folks. JB here with you live on WFLA Now. In the process of launching live across all platforms, we have taken a break here just simply to catch our breath, and then also at the same time speak to some prospective guests. And we do have guests that are going to be appearing on this live stream over the course of the coming 90 minutes plus. In 45 minutes from now, we will have a feed showing you exactly what it looks like as far as all the media descending on Boston for this U.S. Coast Guard press conference where we are expected to...
Okay, JB, I'm going to have you pause for a minute. Thank you so much. Here's this article. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you so much, Vic, for this one. Titan sub debris field. Parts of the missing sub cover found. Experts say this was literally 35 minutes ago. Let me watch this. So the debris.
They say an asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs.
Jesus. Wait until those advertisements are done. Debris has been found in the search for the missing Titan submersible, reportedly including parts of its outside cover. So when people talked about the agenda-free guy who said that it was the whatchamacallit, OceanGate part, are we being taken there too? Look at this. So they found, I guess it's confirmed, they found that part. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Yes. Is it? All right, we'll head over there if there's more information over there. Okay, let's do that. 1 second, y'all. This is, oh my gosh.
Spot in the Atlantic Ocean, processing some of the social media activity out there from people around the world. Right now, people are fearing the absolute
it's the
worst
agenda-free guy.
as far as the 5-person team that left on Sunday for a life-changing experience of seeing the Titanic with their own eyes, only to never resurface. We do not yet have a feed from Boston. As soon as the feed comes up,
yes,
we'll show it to you here on WFLA Now with the
is it likely?
We can show you live the one feed that we do have that is on topic, and this is from St. John's, Newfoundland, showing you the port. What appears to be.
So does that mean that it imploded
in Canada? I hope to visit here someday. I hope to visit Canada at some point in the future. I have not made it other than a brief trip to Niagara Falls as a child, and I did go on the Canadian side, but I have been told that does not count. You should go see Canada.
I know,
country,
right?
And a lot of tremendous folks up there. Joining us now in the Stream Center, a new guest.
It sounds like it imploded.
But also a familiar
okay.
Face. Whoa. WFLA's Josh Benson sitting down, and Josh,
howdy.
A lot of developments in the past several hours.
Wow. Yeah, what a day to forget your laptop.
Man. Oh yeah, did you?
Yep. I'll make it work. I got 2 cell phones.
Man, that you're ready to go then. Josh Benson with us here live on stream.
Hey everybody.
Our afternoon and evening newscast. Josh, how are you?
Great. Well, not great considering the situation with this story. I've been following it all day, as you know, and I know you guys have been streaming a long time, so I'm catching up on a lot of the developments, but it sounds pretty grim at this point from what they've found and what they continue to find.
Time-wise, are you with us till 3?
That's the news conference, right?
Yeah.
I can hang out till 3:30ish.
Okay.
then it's news time at 4, so it's getting close, but we'll figure it out.
We do not know what has been discovered entirely at the bottom. Of course, we have made note of a Sky News, and as it's been told to me, a BBC report that the tail end, the landing frame, has been reported to be among the field of debris, or the debris field that has been found near the wreckage of the Titanic, 2.5 miles down in the North Atlantic. So
implosion.
Look, there's still a lot of unknown. We are awaiting official word from the U.S. Coast Guard, which has really been enacting as the lead agency in the search and rescue efforts.
They found the
effort
debris,
that might transition to
OceanGate.
recovery at some point, and that might happen at this press conference. Josh, I know we're likely
the tail of it.
Look, we're going to learn more. We're going to learn a lot more.
Let me see if I can upload
and I think I saw the Sky News thing that came out. Actually, one of their guests, David Mearns, was on air with them during a newscast. And he told Sky News that he was in touch with the president of the club, who he said was directly connected to the ships on site.
Yep.
So that's when he announced that it was a landing frame and the rear cover from the submersible. So, if this was just some news organization that we've never heard of, you'd have to be very cautious. Sky News, obviously very popular. BBC, hugely popular. When they start reporting this stuff, you kind of have to weigh, the source as much as we know from this guy. And the conversations and communications through WhatsApp. So you have to take that all with a grain of salt until we really have an official word. But when it starts to get through to many international and national news organizations, you start to pay attention. So the fact that we know there's a debris field there is not good news, because look, we're talking about the size of a minivan. If there's a debris field, that's concerning, because that to me indicates problems. But even in the information that came out from Sky News, BBC, they hadn't said anything about the hull yet, or the area where the men would be contained. So that's still a big question. I mean, where are these people? And is this really the damage from the submersible? So tons of questions, and hopefully they'll answer a lot of that for us coming up at the 3:00 news conference.
Technically, obviously, we want to do a quick check, if we may, due to the look. Streaming is technically still an evolving thing as far as
I'm surprised you can still talk. Man, you've been on the air how long?
5 a.m. this morning.
Going for a 12-hour day.
Yeah, it's going to be that kind of day.
Man.
But can I please, we'll do this periodically because of the unreliability of some of the feeds that have been going out to our social media partners.
know, blank screen, right?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, everybody, if you can hear us okay, and if audio is coming through clear without any of that crackling that we were noting earlier, or any of that distortion. Thumbs down if we're having problems. Please be sincere with your response.
Hold up. I just removed that. This is the agenda-free guy, right? This is him showing the part that was found. They're still confirming, but this is what they're saying. It's been found. The part where it says OceanGate. Okay? Keep that in mind. Let me see this.
OceanGate website is down, Josh. You see this?
I haven't seen that, no.
Maybe is that something maybe you could investigate?
I will look,
while I look for thumbs up here, making sure
I'm
that
sure
we're
people are flooding it to try to see a statement of some sort or any indication, but there hasn't been much from them on their Twitter or on any of their profiles.
You can't even get through.
Appreciate the thumbs up that I'm seeing. It sounds as if we do have a strong connection to our platforms.
That's what they're saying.
I'll just check. Yep.
That they found
TikTok,
the part
we're good.
where it says
Facebook,
OceanGate.
Get to launch. YouTube, we're good. WFLA.com, WFLA app, we're good. Okay.
The website is down.
OceanGate's website crashing. Everyone could be looking for maybe the. Have we heard anything about a statement being put out by OceanGate?
No.
So people,
I think they just assume if they're hearing, and maybe there is word of it going around, but technically, I think the sources are coming from the Coast Guard. So if you want to follow Twitter accounts that are going to give you the fastest information, those Coast Guard accounts are going to be important to follow.
So
they're going to be the ones as the Northeast Division came out with this statement earlier about the debris field. That's how we quickly knew that.
The Coast Guard did make a statement on Twitter, just so everybody's aware. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. This is kind of where everybody started. It started about 2 hours ago, and they're saying that the debris was discovered within the search area by an ROV near the Titanic. Experts within they're evaluating the information. Hold up, y'all. I'm just trying to see what else is in here. Here's the link. There's supposed to be a news conference today. Um, but this was about 2 hours ago. There has been nothing else in terms of information. So the person they're saying that at least that's where I found it was Lookner's post that said that the tail of it, where it says OceanGate, that's what was found. That's part of the debris that was found. Now, I don't know how else what they did to confirm that. I'd like to know. Uh, but that's what they're saying was found. I truly believe that that's the case because it's like, OMG.
That was a reliable source that had that information. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to hear the most from the Coast Guard, the various
Yes.
entities within the Coast Guard,
Conference at 3. Press
as we get
conference.
more information.
Yeah.
I don't know when OceanGate would release a statement until they were definitively knew what was happening. And they do, but they're going to really be
expeditions. They are complex, they're complicated, there's a lot of moving parts, and we just don't necessarily know the truth of what transpired.
And I feel like, even with the resources getting out to that ground zero, so to speak, it feels like it's a lifetime for them to get there. But in reality,
it is nuts,
hearing
Tina.
from some of these professionals saying this is record time that some of these resources got out to the water. I've heard that a few different ways, and I've heard people complain that why didn't this
Everybody's
happen sooner?
saying
So I mean,
something different.
I don't
so
know
I
what kind of
hope
job that is to get all this.
Agenda Free was the
all
one
of
that put
these
it out there, so
resources
hopefully they
aligned,
got it correct.
from different
How did they
countries
confirm
as well,
it was
to
the
try to
tail
figure out who's
end?
going to show up, where they're going to go, what's the plan, who's going to search where. And you look at some of the ocean charts on where some of these location maps are for each of the vessels. It's interesting to watch too, with the grid patterns
I
that
know, Ava.
they're navigating, and it's really interesting to see where they're positioning themselves too. So I've been following a lot of that online.
Squidward says hashtag AJB, and Josh.
It was Sky News
I
who
don't know if this is
reported
the
them
Squidward,
finding
but of
it.
course,
Okay.
Squidward, a YouTube username.
Have it on
There's
my
a bunch of social
Twitter.
media
Can you
saying the
tag me
debris
on
was
it,
landing gear
Menace?
and a rear point piece. We have those details on
Really?
WFLA.com. We talked about that on stream about 40 or so minutes ago with Mark Martin.
Have it on my
he
Twitter.
is part of a group that
a lot
is
of E's. Hold up.
communicating
Let me
about
see,
what
y'all.
has
Let me go to
been
Menace's
learned
Twitter.
from the debris, the debris field that has been discovered down there. And yeah, based on his source, and of course corroborating reports from the UK, it seems as if the landing frame and the tail end are among the field of debris down there, 2.5 miles down. I want to show everybody here really quickly. We'll hit the touchscreen.
Oh my God!
Take you to
Thank
a
you,
shot that is
SW, for
being
modding for
calibrated
me.
clearly because it looks quite blurry, and I think it's also repeating. This is welcome to live television, folks. When they are trying to tune in a shot, it can have deteriorated quality. We will come back to this when the shot is
Let me show you guys what
and I will make this clear to our audience.
Hold up. Let me show you guys what I'm seeing on my end. This is from Menace, who was in our chat right now, and I just went to go see him over here on Twitter. Debris is landing frame and rear cover from sub, experts say, which is what JB just repeated right now. Okay, keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and look into this. But the landing frame, yes. So this is what we have. All right. Lord have mercy, I have so many open tabs. A rescue expert says that the debris found in the search for the Titan was a landing frame and a rear cover from the submersible. David, is it Mearns or Means? Who is friends with 2 of the passengers on board the Titan, says he is part of a WhatsApp group involving the Explorers Club. Now, I was looking into this a little bit more. The Explorers Club, I guess, Jeff Bezos is like the head honcho of this Explorers Club. It's a nonprofit, and you can actually find this on Instagram. I was looking at it, and I was noticing the different things in there that they had listed. I'm on. It's a very elite type of group. Okay. Is it Mr. Mearns told Sky News, the president of the club, who is directly connected to the ship on the site, said to the group it was a landing frame and a rear cover from the submersible. Mr. Mearns says, again, this is an unconventional submarine. That rear cover is the pointy end of it, and the landing frame is the little frame that it seems to sit on. He says this confirms that it is the submersible. Okay, Mr. Merms says he knows, both British billionaire Hamish Harding and the French sub-pilot Paul Harry. It means the hull hasn't yet been found, but two important parts of the whole system have been discovered, and that would not be found unless it's fragmented, he added. Mr. Mearns also spoke about the fairing of the submarine, shaped like a fishtail, and said, if the fairing is off and the frame is off, then something really bad has happened to the entire structure. On the news that we have yet, on the news we have yet, they haven't found the hole of which the men are inside. On the news that we have yet, they have, I'm sorry, the way this is written, they haven't found the hole for which the men are in the inside. So thank you, Menace. This Menace posted this, and I believe that this is where Mr. Agenda Free Lookner got the information. This might have been from an insider of the Explorers Club. Okay, it's to be assessed. All right. Yeah, basically the white cover of the tail they located, not the whole of the ship. Let me see where everybody's at. The landing frame is the one thing that can be what is it? Is it jettisoned as a wow. I'm not sure if the tail can be jettisoned. Oh wow. Jetson? I'm like, oh my God. They almost made it to the bottom, so no doubt the landing gear and the rear cover would be found within the debris of the Titanic, which is a huge debris site between the two pieces. Okay. Um, I hear that they found the tail too and the landing gear stuff, but who knows until more reports. Well, I need to know how, like, hopefully there's more confirmation to this. It definitely imploded. It pushed away. Oh my gosh, they ran out of oxygen many hours ago if they had survived. Jetson discard off vessel and floats them on shore. Wow. Hey, Big Wheels. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. So this is what Menace shared. Shout out to Menace who's in the chat. You guys make sure you check out his channel as well. This kind of gives, so this is the red part is what they found. Okay. Oh Lord, I almost clicked off my own stream. Piece discovered in the debris is the red part. So when Lookner said from Agenda TV said that he literally circled or squared that red piece that said OceanGate. That's what was found. CNN just confirmed it. Okay, well, let's listen. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let's go to CNN real quick. CNN, because you know this is going to be breaking news if they just confirm. Yes. Oh my goodness. Hold up, y'all. Let me show you. Let me show you what's going on over here. Debris field found in sub search. Coast Guard says. So there's going to be the okay, but are they saying that it's that piece? I'm not seeing that. They have live updates on that too. Caught the propeller. Hold up, y'all. This is a minute ago. The debris found in search area has been assessed to be from the external body of the Titan sub. There you go. Confirmed. Here it is. Confirmed. So the debris discovered within the search area of the missing Titanic submersible has been assessed to be from the external body of the sub, according to a memo reviewed by CNN. The search for the crew capsule of the Titan vessel continues, the memo says. They've this, I guess CNN confirmed it at this point, that they found that very little piece. Hold up, y'all. Now let's run over to JB real quick. Yes, thank you, Shells, for giving this a heads up. CNN has confirmed it. I just read the article. It's literally posted about a minute ago. Okay, you already know people are going to that website right now and checking it out. Everybody wants to be updated.
And so
Oh, hopefully it's
And so
Let me.
that's coming up.
Hopefully it's okay. Here we go. Lord have mercy. Come on. All right.
Being done with it yet.
We're close to getting answers, but the process is very much going to be ongoing for a
Wow.
long time, potentially
It's
years.
official. Sky News confirmed.
Washabi asking who is going to be exactly speaking. I think by now we're most familiar with
Rose.
Captain
Thank
Jamie
you, my
Frederick
love.
of the 1st Coast Guard District Response. He's the first Coast Guard District Response Coordinator.
Oh my gosh.
We're also going to be hearing from Rear Admiral John Mauger, 1st Coast Guard District Commander. The two of them are, according to the release, going to be speaking to the media. We're moments away. Oh yeah, here we go. This
Hey,
provides us
Jane.
with some context, and this is a contribution
This
from one
is
of our
crazy.
audience members. Roby says #AJB Horizon Arctic is using the pelagic RO. I think that's ROV.
This is crazy, yo.
They have put that in their homepage about this operation. So
Okay.
right, I remember seeing that
Thank
name.
you. If
as
Ahmad
far
can
as
help
the
Leo,
ROV
please.
operator,
Thank you,
so
Leo.
that becomes more clear for us now because so much has been made about Horizon Arctic's involvement in this discovery.
Yes.
And so that is believed to be the actual ROV that we're talking about here. And that's good, Claire. I believe that what Roby is saying here is accurate. And if it's not, we'll correct in a little bit.
And I think you're right about OceanGate's homepage. I can't even open the site. So either they took it down
page
or
is
it's
down,
just
by the
getting
way.
inundated with traffic. We're not getting an error necessarily. I'm on my cell phone, so wish I had my laptop because then we could run some other tests to see what the deal is. But
so many comments. I'm misclicking on so many because they're scrolling so fast on my screen. Three fins, #AJB tail is not a part of the hull.
Right.
Apparently,
so
including
it's got to be separate pieces.
Wow.
There's got to be a dividing line there that has the tail and then the hull and then the frame.
But then again, this is according to a group chat, WhatsApp. And look, we're going to get a more definitive answers coming up at the press conference here in the center of your screen at 3:00 Eastern. And let's not forget, in addition to what's expected, in addition to hearing from these two officials with the U.S. Coast Guard in Boston, what we are also expected to get is a Q&A in the aftermath of this. Media, of course, descending on Boston for this press conference and have been there all week, and they are going to be asking questions. So a lot of times we find out some of the most pertinent information in the Q&A afterwards because it's direct responses to direct questions. Josh has been in those press situations. I have as well, as far as just everyone asking questions at once. You try to get your question in, you do your best, and we're going to be carrying the entirety of the press conference from the beginning all the way through to the end. Right now, you can see they're doing the audio hookup so that every press agency that is there and represented is able to get clean audio. You're just seeing a little bit behind the scenes of what that process looks like. We are going to now relaunch our stream on Facebook Live.
Can you drop the iPhone link,
we're going to be going into a 60-second countdown. We'll be right back here on WFLA Now.
WFLA Now will begin momentarily.
Lord have mercy. All right. They down their way to see the Titanic in a tank Pringle can. They couldn't have had us. Oh my God. I know. It's just so crazy. Do I think that I don't know about that. I don't know. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't know about any setups, any conspiracies or anything like that. You already know I don't really entertain a whole lot of that. They found, let me tell y'all what they found, and this is directly from Menace to Sobriety, the Twitter. And let me stop this real quick. They'll be back. You already know how they do over there. Again, this is the tweet that kind of set the whole firestorm. Menace was able to get the information, and let me get this banner out of here. So the information kind of trickled down to free Agenda Free TV. Shout out to him and Mr. Lookner, who runs that channel. All right, and essentially it started with this, I guess, posting. It said that the debris is the landing frame and rear cover from the sub. So here's a picture. It's basically this piece discovered in the debris field. It says OceanGate. So you really can't miss that, right? It's right there. It says OceanGate. Okay. And then from there, it went to say that a rescue expert says that the debris found in the search for Titan was a landing frame and rear cover from the submersible. David, who is friends with two of the passengers on board the Titan, says he is part of the WhatsApp group involving the Explorers Club. If you guys remember, like I said earlier, the Explorers Club is the elite. I think it's a nonprofit group. Jeff Bezos is head of that group. Okay, and I actually was looking at their IG. We can look at that here in a minute. So David told Sky News that the president of the club, who is directly connected to the ship on the site, said to the group it was a landing frame and a rear cover from the submersible. Okay. David says, again, this is an unconventional submarine. That rear cover is a pointy end of it, and the landing frame is a little frame that it seems to sit on right here. There you go. So the pieces that were discovered, I'm assuming, are the ones in red. Okay? Keep that in mind. Thank you, Leo, for becoming a member. Keep that in mind. So these little pieces, the little, and I can't even describe them because this is like way above me. You know what I'm saying? Let me know your thoughts. Hold up, y'all. And let me get my secondary device. There are people that tried to call safety concerns. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, the red ones, Cape. Thank you. See, I'm glad that they color coded this because I can't always get it. Thank you. This is so unbelievable. I stayed up all night, says Deborah, worried about the possibility that they would not be saved. Dives like this need to be illegal. I don't know, Deborah, if this is necessarily a dive. This is really an exploration that they took. But I definitely understand what you're saying. Yes, thank you, Peekaboo, for dropping Mr. Agenda Freeze TV. It's just look, and shout out to the Plane Exchange. She was covering this yesterday, and I was really thinking about this. I was like, you got to think about it this way. Look, it's not regulated. And I know a lot of you guys in the chat were telling me as we've been covering the story, you guys have said to me, Rabbit, not everything needs to be regulated. Okay, fine. But what about those people, the other two rescue submersibles or submarines that were out there looking for them? What about the Coast Guard and the X amount of hours that has been gone to actually go and rescue them and find out? What about the coverage, the media, the nationwide coverage, the international wide coverage of this? For somebody to say something like this does not need to be regulated, which y'all, if I tell you guys, all right, guys, everybody get into my little Subaru, and we're gonna ride the Subaru all the way, to go see the Titanic, because legit, it's like the size of a Subaru Impreza for those that drive one, or a Honda Civic, or a minivan. All right, this is the kind of stuff that we have to like be mindful of, right? Because we're expected to save these folks. We're expected to do something. How do you not regulate this? And I know, shout out to my marine biologist members in the chat and everybody that was educating me on this piece, okay? I know that in open waters, I learned this. In open waters, there's only so much you can regulate. But if you can have these submarines, okay, with 3-4 different levels, going all over the place, how is something like this that is meant to go see the Titanic, which is 13,000 feet, okay, under there, a whole ecosystem up there, how is it that something like that is not regulated? People who climb Everest go at their own risk, absolutely, and they know they're not going to be rescued. If the sub is not regulated, those rules should apply. But yet again, and that's an interesting point, yet again, that's where the man hours went. That's where all this coverage went. Somebody hit me up the other day during the week that I don't know the full story to this. They put this in my comments and they said, Rabbit, all of this attention is going to this story. But what happened a week ago, I guess there was a boat or a ship with people and they were killed or it sunk or something like that. Y'all let me know in the chat what happened because you guys, it was somewhere in a different country. Same situation. They were trying to escape something or something was going on. Unbeknownst to me, you guys were in my comments and letting me know this. So what do we do in this? How come they didn't get rescued or saved or anything? No, it's not a submarine. Yes, you're right. It's a submersible. Yes, I know. Michelle says, I wonder if the passengers knew that the owner had skipped inspections. That's the thing too. Michelle, I had the same question about this too. Shell's comment. Let me look at Shell's comment. Okay, sorry, y'all. The statement from Ocean is on CNN. All right, let's go to CNN's house real quick. Let's go over there and see what's going on with CNN. Hold up, y'all. They haven't updated it. Where is it? I don't see it. Where do they post it? Tell me. Okay, I need to tweak the link. Thanks for, oh, thank you, Vic. Yes, thank you. Thank you. 300 dead so far. Thank you, Grandma. That didn't get any coverage. I certainly didn't talk about it. I didn't even know about it. I'm just saying. I mean, thank you for bringing that up. Okay, that is crazy. Shout out to Mel. You guys make sure you guys check them out too over there. Press conference in 15 minutes. We already know we rescue people in trouble. If that people has connections. Hello, money, says Lisa. I need to go listen to music. So it is, Cash. It's very intense. I'm not going down there, but I have anxiety thinking about it. They are saying that they believe all the crew is dead. That's unfortunately. Cape says this is international waters. The law is on. There is a mariner's law that if you are approached by a vessel with 4 or more indigenous persons, you have the right to shoot. It doesn't apply, yo. I mean, listen. Yeah, what's happening with the immigrants? Exactly. What happens with those immigrants is heartbreaking. It's like, what do you, but this is where the attention went. And these people signed a waiver to get on this thing. Keep that in mind. So yeah, I do feel some type of way about this because you could say, it's not regulated. Okay, so then if it's not, then if it's at your own risk, like Mount Everest, don't expect to get rescued. What do you do? And I'm trying to understand. Don't shoot me, the commentator, okay? Because I don't make these rules, decisions. I'm only one little voter over here, one little rabbit over here who has a big mouth. That's what I am. Let me see what everything is going on over here. I just clicked the link to this. Yes, the press conference should be starting pretty soon. We have the link down here. Let's see. The connection is private. Well, it's not letting me in yet, y'all. They're probably setting it up still. But let's go to JB's coverage real quick and see what is going on over there. They're probably still setting up this whole thing. I might have to here we go.
The silence. In the meantime, let's show you the live feed from Boston, Massachusetts. Did OceanGate?
Where am I going to find this? Let me know.
That was
Julie.
through CNN. Okay. So we will see. Everybody has this. Everybody's getting this statement now. I couldn't get on their website, so I don't believe it's there.
They can't find it either.
I wonder if they're. Or
they said
it was
CNN
there and
has
got
it.
a hold of it before site crashed. That's my guess.
Yeah, he's We're doing some mic checks. We're doing some mic checks as well, bringing up audio for the first time, and it sounds as if we do have audio.
Right. So respect that ocean, man.
Just a moment.
It's a good check to make
respect
sure we have
the ocean.
Oh, yeah. It's not your first rodeo, JB.
No,
just like you respect the mountains,
crazy live streaming
everything.
Thing
You
before,
gotta respect the ocean too.
Again, we have a backup feed in the event that this one goes down for just an abundance of media traffic in that area and a lot of online infrastructure load. We're going to do our very best, of course, but I'm pretty confident this satellite feed I think is coming through, and I think we have a backup sat feed also, so we should be clear
Huge audience on YouTube right now, too. 87,000 people tuning in. So great to have everybody with us as we get ready for this news conference. But, that is a sad update. That kind of puts some finality to a lot of what everybody's been hoping for. And it's really a bummer to hear that from the company that sent this down and knowing that these guys aren't coming up. The search is on to try to find them at this point, but clearly the debris field and parts of that submersible have been found. And that's not the ending people were hoping for.
No, it's not. And,
everybody was hoping for that miracle ending, that Hollywood ending.
Yeah, the Hollywood script. Exactly. And, look, I was, we all were, everyone was rooting for it. And you just want there to be some incredible moment that you just can't fathom. But look, you have to wonder too, is there enough clarity with this discovery, down near the Titanic? Can they be able to tell us with certainty today, Josh, that if OceanGate is saying that the 5 passengers are believed to have been lost, are they deceased as of Sunday? Because we've been talking about proof. Right, and they might, depending on the investigation.
Right.
So, and what they have actively found out in this operation. So, are we going to find out that this race against the clock wasn't exactly much of a race in the end, simply because, because of some tragic event that unfolded on Sunday, or did this extend into the last several days? Maybe we'll find that out. I'm sure that will be one of the questions asked during this press conference. I would like to,
we got 8 minutes till the press conference, y'all. 8 minutes.
I want to offer thoughts and prayers again now that we have this news and it's getting widely distributed, national and international breaking news that the OceanGate statement has been released, and the 5 Titan sub passengers
Where is the statement?
Have been lost during this underwater expedition to see the RMS Titanic. And it's Hamish Harding, Shahzada Dawood, Suleiman Dawood, Paul Henry, Nargile, and Stockton Rush,
that's not even
Paul
it.
Henry is most commonly referred to by his friends as PH. And I'm sorry, apologies for any pronunciation difficulties there, but our thoughts and prayers are with the loved ones and family members who are living through their worst reality, their worst nightmare right now.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people are going to start wondering, what did it? What happened? Was it a part of the sub that just gave way? Was it a crack? Those are answers that'll all hopefully come later to figure out what had happened. But
is that even something that they would be able to find?
Whirlwind of questions on what happens next.
Do you guys think that they're going to be able to find what did it? Because we're only seeing the debris. If they're able to recover everything, I don't know if we're really able to find out what did it. If you refresh your CNN page, it's the main page. Okay, thank you. Let me go over there. We got like 6 minutes. Okay, I'm looking at BBC News, y'all. Hold up. Let's go to CNN real quick. CNN News, yo. Okay, got it. All right, y'all. Okay, here it is. This is the breaking news. I know I got commentary right on top of my head. Here it is. It's the red link. I don't need you as my provider. This is what happens when I click on the link. Oh, come on, CNN. So it's on red. And OceanGate says it believes 5 of the Titan subs have sadly been lost. So they're not alive. Yeah. Let me see if there's another way to pull it. They don't have a black box on that thing. They don't. Not at all. Wouldn't heavier debris sink, right? When things go sideways on the Atlantic, it is the most scary thing that can imagine in nature. Interesting. Okay, hold up, y'all. With the debris that would be able to show. So CNN they put a little media link thingy on it, but I don't know if it's we can't say that it's, I mean, if you want to say that that's the statement, it's just a sentence. That's all.
Needs to be fact finding. There needs to
Maybe
be
it's
a
on
search
Twitter.
for
Let me see if I can
answers, and
find
there
it on
needs to
Twitter.
be experts dedicated
Yes,
to
they
it
did.
to find out exactly what happened to the Titan sub this past Sunday.
Okay,
That's
Karen,
going to
thank you.
require a lot of man hours. It's going to require a lot of technology. It's going to require a lot
There is no
of
black box on this thing.
multi-department coordination, and
Right.
which it will different nations have their
Let
own
me see, y'all.
investigations. Could Canada do their investigation? Could the United States? Could the UK? Could France? Will there be an international effort to collaborate and find out what happened? Because of this happening, of course, in the North Atlantic, there's a lot of different major questions as to how we get answers in the long term. As far as getting answers in the short term, folks, that's coming up in about 5.5 minutes from now when we go full screen to the press conference from Boston. Let's see if we can, Josh, if I may, I'm going to just start to look
Thank
here
you.
for
No black
some
box.
final pre-press conference questions and comments with our hashtag
Yes,
system.
I'll be
Again,
playing
hashtag
it.
JB, hashtag Hey Josh. If you want to have your comment featured on screen, use one of our hashtags, and we'll try our very best to make sure your voice is heard and make sure that your question
I don't want to play
is
it from
addressed.
WFLA. I want to go directly to the
People
conference.
asking
I'm
if
going to try
Facebook
to
is
do
your
that
platform of
just so
choice. We're
everybody
live
knows.
on the WFLA Facebook page, as well as I understand, at the WFLA JB
I have
Facebook
I have the
page.
full statement if you want me to read it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would. Where is exactly the statement from?
Let me see. Hold on.
Did they find the
I want to
statement?
make sure that I'm live on my page right now. Because our team, I want to make sure I'm not giving anybody any empty promises. But yeah, Josh,
Let me
it's
try.
all you.
Let me get. Yeah, hold on.
Debris
I'm a
is
lot
scattered,
slower on
says
my phone than I
Rowena.
am on my laptop.
Okay, good. I'm going to their link directly from the Coast Guard.
And no, we are live on my Facebook page, so that answers that question. Just making sure
All
that
right.
we are available to as many people as possible, as we share out this feed from Boston, Massachusetts, 4 minutes away now.
All right, I'll read a quick statement from OceanGate Inc. We now believe that our CEO, Stockton Rush, Shahzada Dawood, and his son, Suleiman Dawood, Hamish Harding, and Paul-Henri Nargelet have been lost. These men were true explorers who shared a distinct
There's the
spirit of
statement.
adventure and a deep passion for exploring and protecting the world's oceans. Our hearts are with these 5 souls and every member of their families during this tragic time. We grieve the loss of life and joy they brought to everyone they knew. This is an extremely sad time for our dedicated employees who are exhausted and grieving deeply over this loss. The entire OceanGate family is deeply grateful for the countless men and women from multiple organizations of the international community who expedited wide-ranging resources and worked so very hard on this mission. We appreciate their
Wow.
commitment to finding these 5 explorers and their days and nights of tireless work in support of our crew and their families. This is a very sad time for the entire explorer community and for each of the family members of those lost at sea. We respectfully ask that the privacy of these families be respected during this most painful time.
And they would not
Wow.
be putting that out, folks, to
Okay.
the media. This statement would not be put out until a family notification process was completed. And
So
so
the family should be aware
just
by now
heartbreak
then, right?
for these families. You hear about them taking this journey down to the Titanic. For some, multiple trips have already been conducted. For others, it was their first time down to see the Titanic. It's
This is crazy.
it's heartbreaking to think about how this is the worst case scenario, is something happening during this expedition, and that worst case scenario, that nightmare has come to
Wow.
life. And so
Submersible.
our thoughts and prayers are with those family members, those loved ones. Mark Martin was on earlier, knows knows 2 of the personnel on board, Stockton Rush and PH, knows them so
Wow.
personally.
That's
So
crazy.
this is a tight-knit community as far as deep sea exploration, and they're grieving right now. They're grieving for just a tragedy that has unfolded
Okay.
this week in
Thank
the North
you.
Atlantic.
All right.
Let's pivot now.
Let me go. Hold up, y'all, because and by the way, the troll that's coming in here, so and so is going to strike you. Ma'am, this is fair use under whatever commentary you want to provide. Do me a favor and go troll somewhere else, okay? We're allowed to provide commentary to the news, okay? Thank you very much for your trollingness.
An international press corps, which is assembled here for this latest news. These are members, officials of the U.S. Coast Guard,
Oh,
who
man.
from the off have been coordinating this search, joined by an international grouping of experts who have had an input, including Royal Navy input in the form of Lieutenant Commander Richard Cantabria. Let's now listen to the news conference.
All right. Is it starting now? Jesus.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today and over the past few days.
Hold up,
This
y'all.
afternoon, Rear Admiral John Mauger will be providing an update on the most recent findings from ROV operations in search of the Titan Submersible. He will provide a brief statement and provide the opportunity for questions after. Please limit your questions to one per outlet. Following the briefing, the Joint Information Center staff and I will be here to help you with any of your further needs. May I now please introduce Rear Admiral John Mauger.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber.
Wow.
Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families. On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them, and I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time. Additionally, we've been in close contact with the British and French consuls general to ensure that they are fully apprised and that their concerns are being addressed. The outpouring of support in this highly complex search operation has been robust and immensely appreciated. We are grateful for the rapid mobilization of experts on the undersea search and rescue, and we thank all of the agencies and personnel for their role in the response. We're also incredibly grateful for the full spectrum of international assistance that's been provided. The ROVs will remain on scene and continue to gather information. Again, our most heartfelt condolences go out to the loved ones of the crew. We'll now take questions.
John, what other debris have you found? John, what other debris have you found?
Can you talk about the delay in reporting the vessel missing and what impact that had on the recovery? Search and recovery?
This was a incredibly complex case, and we're still working to develop the details for the timeline involved with this casualty and the response. And so we'll provide that.
James Matthews from Sky News. John, what other debris have you found? And have you found any trace of those who were on board?
So this is an incredibly complex operating environment on the seafloor, over 2 miles beneath the surface. And so the remote operating vehicle has been searching, and it is highly capable. And we've been able to classify parts of the pressure chamber for the Titan submersible. Let me refer to one of my undersea experts here, Mr. Paul Hankin to talk about the nature of some of the debris.
Thank you, Admiral. So essentially, we found 5 different major pieces of debris that told us that it was the remains of the Titan. The initial thing we found was the nose cone, which was outside of the pressure hull. We then found a large debris field. Within that large debris field, we found the front end bell of the pressure hull. That was the first indication that there was a catastrophic event. Shortly thereafter, we found a second smaller debris field. Within that debris field, we found the other end of the pressure hull, the aft end bell, which was basically comprised of the totality of that pressure vessel. We continue to map the debris field, and as the Admiral said, we will do the best we can to fully map out what's down there.
Admiral, if I may.
Admiral, is there?
Admiral, if I may. Thank you very much. It's a very difficult question to ask, but it will be an important one for the families, of course. What are the prospects of recovery of the bodies of the participants?
So the questions was related. I'm restating the question from the standpoint of sometimes it's hard to hear the question here. What are the prospects for recovering crew members? And so this is a incredibly unforgiving environment down there on the seafloor. And the debris is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. And so we'll continue to work and continue to search the area down there, but I don't have an answer for prospects at this time.
Admiral, it's Tom Costello at NBC News. Is there any suggestion, any suggestion at all that the sub itself collided with the wreckage of Titanic, or that instead it might have imploded above the wreckage and then rained down nearby?
So the question was, is there any question as to whether or not the sub collided with the Titanic or whether it imploded above and debris field created from that? So the location of the Titan submersible was in an area that was approximately 1,600 feet from the wreck of the Titanic. I have an expert here that is familiar with that area and can talk about the debris field and what the debris field indicates in terms of where the casualty may have occurred.
Rear Admiral, really quickly, can you tell me when that...
Wait, let's get the expert voice, please. Hang on a second. The expert voice is coming up to answer the question.
Thank you, Admiral. So the question is, where does the wreck lie in relation to the Titanic? I didn't hear the Admiral's answer. I think 1,600 feet. Was that correct, Admiral?
Yep, you got it.
So that's off the bow of Titanic. It's in an area where there is not any debris of Titanic. It is a smooth bottom. To my knowledge and anything I've seen, there's no Titanic wreckage in that area. And again, 200 plus meters from the bow, and consistent with the location of last communication for an implosion in the water column. And the size of the debris field is consistent with that implosion in the water column.
Well, if I can ask you a question, in terms of the timing here, you say that this was a catastrophic implosion. And I know it's early on, but is it your estimation that this happened right at the moment when they lost contact, an hour and 45 minutes after their descent?
So the question was about the timing of the catastrophic implosion. Right now, it is too early to tell with that. We know that as we've been prosecuting this search over the course of the last 72 hours and beyond, that we've had sonar buoys in the water nearly continuously and have not detected any catastrophic events when those sonar buoys have been in the water. So.
Admiral, describe what happens from here to the next days and weeks in terms of finding any more debris. What happens from here?
So we will, the question was, what happens from here? What's the next phase? And so right now, again, our thoughts are with the families and making sure that they have an understanding as best as we can provide of what happened and begin to find some closure.
I'm wondering when
in
it
terms
happened,
of the
though.
large process, we're going to continue to investigate the site of the debris field. And then I know that there's also a lot of questions about how, why, and when did this happen. And so, you know, those are questions that we will collect as much information as we can on now, while the governments are meeting and discussing, you know, what an investigation of this nature of a casualty might look like. This is something that happened. I'll just remind everybody, this is something that happened in a remote portion of the ocean with people from, you know, several different countries around the world. And so it is a complex case to work through, but I'm confident that those questions will begin to get answered.
Will the Coast Guard lead the investigation, sir?
From the UK, is there any suggestion that time factors, speed, anything could have prevented this or saved the 5 people on board, or is this quite simply a catastrophic accident?
The question was there any suggestion that time factors may have played a role or a consideration in the casualty here? And so the debris field is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. Again, while we were prosecuting the search, we had listening devices in the water throughout and did not hear any signs of catastrophic failure from those. And so we're going to continue to investigate, or we're going to continue to document the information there and understand, based on all the information we have, the timeline.
That is insane.
So the question was, what are the resources required for the investigation, and which ships will be pulling out and staying in? And so it's too early for me to talk about an investigation. That's a decision that's going to be taken outside of the search and efforts that I was leading. But we do have a number of vessels. We have 9 vessels on the scene right now. We had medical personnel on scene. We had other technicians on scene. And so we will begin to demobilize personnel and vessels from the scene over the course of the next 24 hours. But we're going to continue remote operations on the seafloor. And I don't have a timeline for when we would intend to stop remote operations on the seafloor at this point.
As a result of this, do you think there should be changes in the way these are safety rated or inspected so that this won't happen again?
Yeah, the question was essentially about, do you think that there should be changes in safety ratings or inspection for these standards? I know that there's a lot of questions about why, how, when this happened, and the members of the Unified Command, you know, have those questions too, as professionals and experts that work in this environment. And this is an incredibly difficult and dangerous environment to work in out there. But those questions about the regulations that apply and the standards, that's going to be, I'm sure, focus of future review. Right now, we're focused on documenting the the scene and continuing the subfloor.
I know we don't know the timing here. We don't know the timing here, but there was the banging noises yesterday that redirected and redeployed the ROVs to this area. Is there anything conclusive in those noises, and did that redirection and then finding this debris field today all help?
So throughout the search efforts, we reacted to the information that we had available to us. And while we continue to send it off for deeper analysis, again, really complex operating environment for us to work in. Let me check with the experts, but there doesn't appear to be any connection between the noises and the location on the seafloor. Again, this was a catastrophic implosion of the vessel, which would have generated a significant broadband sound down there that the sonar buoys would have picked up.
Admiral, a lot of questions about who might be.
Admiral, you mentioned closure for the families.
I wish they had
Admiral,
like
can I just
a
ask
list
you
of
about your
questions.
comment regarding the families?
What they ask?
Moved as swiftly as possible to the area. And was any help turned away? Some lawmakers criticized the government.
This was a incredibly complex operation, and we were able to mobilize an immense amount of gear to the site in just a really remarkable amount of time, given the fact that we started without any sort of vessel response plan for this or any sort of pre-stage resources.
Pretty
and so
much.
the equipment that was brought on site
No
this
sound.
morning that we were using was a pelagic ROV capable of operating at 6,000 meters, cameras, sonar, other articulating arms and resources on it. And it, we had to transport it here through C-17 aircraft. This is 2 aircraft that it took to get this up here. And so we've really had the right gear on site and worked as swiftly as possible to bring all of the capabilities that we had to bear to this search and rescue effort. And it was just a huge international and interagency effort to make this happen.
Wow.
So I'm really grateful for all of the responders that came out to support this and really, search for the vessel. It is a difficult day for all of us. And it's especially difficult for the families, and our thoughts are with the families today. But this was an immense support, and we had the right gear on the bottom to find it. So thank you.
Admiral, you mentioned Admiral.
Will you attempt to recover the bodies, can we ask you, though? The victims, will they be recovered?
Thank you so much, everyone, for attending this afternoon.
What?
There are no future planned press conferences. Updates will be shared to the...
Well, we've been listening there to
What?
Rear Admiral John Marga, the first.
Why would they ask if they're going to attempt to recover the bodies? If it imploded, I don't think that there would be a recovery, right? That's my understanding. I'm not an expert in implosion, aquatic, sea, anything or anything like that. I'm grateful too, but damn, like, y'all remember it was a 2-page waiver that the reporter had to sign to get in there. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what kind of listen, the press, if they would have gotten together, emailed some of these questions and said, like, what questions can or can't they answer? I don't know. I don't know how they find debris right after the oxygen was done. I don't know. There were so many repeated questions. They don't exist. If an implosion would basically mean it's the crushing of the body, okay, and all the molecules and everything else. It's basically crushing it, right? And I was looking into this too because I had no idea there would be no bodies. There would be no bodies. I mean, thank you. That's why I'm like, why are they asking these stupid ass questions? I'm thinking our weak flesh would be recoverable. Would it? You're in the middle of the ocean, in the Atlantic. Lord have mercy, I just can't. It's ironic that the vessel went down too fast as this happened to the Titanic. Y'all need to stop looking over there for the Titanic. Okay? Stick to the movies, make more movies, but don't go look at the Titanic anymore. Okay? Um yes. 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 Thank you. Implosion means body. It is not an explosion. So many physicians here. Shout out to you. That was a dumb question, Deborah. I was like, why would you ask that? Yo, why would you? For why? For why?
Coast Guard district.
Let me see.
With an implosion, the debris field found some 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic. When asked whether or not the bodies of those who were on board, those 5 individuals, would be recovered, he was unable to say because of the nature of the implosion of that Titan submersible. Let's bring in our international correspondent, John Sparks, who's been following
there
this
is
for
nothing
us
to
from
recover.
St. John's in Newfoundland, from where this voyage began. And John, we've had the details there from John Malga, the details, I guess, that families
bring them
feared
STV.
hearing, but which perhaps they had expected.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, a lot of information that was given in that press conference, and we can go over it quickly in a second. But he said, "Look, difficult day for all of us, and an especially difficult day for members of the family." He was absolutely categorical. That vessel has been lost. It suffered a catastrophic rupture, a catastrophic implosion. The 5 men on board have lost their lives. They are dead. It was categorical, sad, but categorical. Let's go through some of the details. They put an ROV, one of these remote deep sea vehicles. They put it in the sea this morning from a ship called the Horizon Arctic. I understand that ROV was supplied by the US Navy. It gave them the ability to get right to the bottom of the ocean floor. It gave them eyes on the bottom of the ocean floor, and that is the first time they've had that skill, they've had that ability, and I think that's what's generated the news and their findings. With that ROV, they were able to find this. They found a field of debris. It started with a nose cone, the nose cone of the submersible, the Titan. They then found a debris field, the first debris field, past the nose cone. They then found the front of the pressure hull. I assume that is...
So here's my question. Do you guys remember the noises that they were saying? I mean, those noises could have been just about anything then at this point. I guess they heard noises, they talked about it. I think the rescuers and the authorities knew it had imploded, but carried on with the search to satisfy the families and the public until time ran out. I know. I don't mean any offense, but there are things down there that eat other things. No, you're right, morals. It's true. Remember, it was like 30-minute intervals that they were saying. That was a noise, but I guess it's the ocean. Yo, like there's more to our Earth than just us little humans over here.
The main
Clearly.
part of the structure. They then found a second debris field, and then they found more debris. And they found it 1,600 feet from the wreck. That is relatively close to the wreck of the Titanic. Off the bow, said one of the experts, it was in a smooth part of the ocean floor. There was no other debris from the Titanic there. It suggests they would have had a clear look at it.
Yes.
They are absolutely certain of what they were looking at. As you said, they were asked about the bodies. What are you going to do about the bodies? And they weren't able
That is true, Jimmy.
to give an answer. That will certainly be a question that will be asked again. Friends and family of those who have been lost, they will want to know.
Well, there is the press conference, guys. I mean, if we have any more information that is, anything else that comes up, I guess we will definitely come back and talk about it again. They believe that it imploded, and so pieces, debris of this thing has been found. The tail of this thing has been found. Essentially, the one that says ocean, that part that says Ocean Gate, and some of the bottom parts of it too. This is a really sad situation. I mean, I've been watching so much. I'm like, I am amazed by all the information that's out there. And this is, I want to thank, first of all, let me thank everyone here, my members in my chat, and everybody that kind of helped me understand this story a little bit more, because I am totally not well versed in anything ocean. So thank you so much for that, for those that hit me up and were just kind of educating me and showing me clips and videos and whatnot. I'm going to have to head out because I got to tend to baby bunny again. Lives were lost, and in my opinion, that's still lives were lost, regardless of what they signed up, how much money they had. They ain't taking that money to wherever they're going, if they're going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I am. Of course, all of that. Thank you so much for the $10. Bring the mess TV. All of that. It's like makes you kind of wonder, like, oh my goodness, we all have problems, but it's like this is I don't know. It just this story specifically made me feel some type of way about the things that I prioritize. Um and I don't know if they did for you, but it did for me. So it definitely makes me look at the things that I do a little bit different. Yes. Thank you. Oh, always, Ronnie. I always acknowledge the folks when I can. Sometimes the chat goes really, really fast and I can't. But yeah, rest easy. Like I said, whether they had money or not, that's not my business. That's it's still a life. Thank you, DVS, for coming to my chat too. Thank you. And thank you for sharing it too. We lost him on Father's Day, and now we will all find out. And maybe we'll start really looking about respecting the ocean a little bit different, looking at different things, the Titanic, learning from that happened over, I don't know, 100 years ago. And here we are again, learning that some things we just got to be careful with, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but you only get so many lives to live. Yes, absolutely. It should have. It should have. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm heading now. Bring the mess TV. Thank you so much for your super chat, SW and Leo. Thank you for becoming a member. I will see you guys later on. We got some other stuff to look into, and I'll also look into this if there's more information that you guys want to know about. But I will see you guys. I got to get something to eat with these rabbit children. Rabbits out, guys.